Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Men of Yoshiwara Kikuya, or Gyakuten Yoshiwara, whichever you prefer. We are on chapter 3 of Tokiwa's story, which would be the second video of his. So let's jump right in. Sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. The next day, my mother asked me to help her, so I checked the imports that had been brought over by ship. The amount of these hairpins, it doesn't add up. The hairpin had beautiful silver decorations with shining red jewels. It would probably look good on him, wouldn't it?
Misao, if you feel like it, won't you come see me again?
Tokiwa-san. I couldn't possibly forget him. While immersed in my memories of the previous day, the door opened and my mother came into the room. Oh, Mother! This hairpin, I think there's one extra, but...
Oh, is that so? Well, you can take one then.
Is it okay?
You're at that age now, but if I let you take it, can you help me with one more thing in the store?
Yes, right after I finish this. When I finished helping her and I ate dinner, the sun was already setting. I took out the imported hairpin that I kept in my chest pocket. Shall I go there again? To Yoshiwara, where he is. Behind my mother's back, I headed to that other world of pleasure. The town of Yoshiwara shined bright red. The gorgeous gentlemen displayed their beauty behind slotted gates. As soon as I walked in front of Kikuya, my eyes were taken by just one person. I saw him smoking a long pipe behind a red gate. Tokiwa-san! When I stared at him, his sensual glance met mine. He smiled just like he did yesterday, which excited me. I wanted him to call my name again, with his ringing bell-like voice. As if being drawn in, I went inside the store and chose his name.
Thank you for coming. You again? You seem to be really into Tokiwa. Misao.
Tokiwa-san pushed Iroha-san and Takeo-san aside and showed me his smile from the back of the shop.
When I saw you at the shop before, I thought that you would definitely come here and choose me. You came here to see me, right?
Of course I'm not gonna be mean to him. I couldn't forget about yesterday. Yes, I couldn't forget about yesterday.
Really? I'm happy to hear you say that. I've also been thinking about you, too. After you left last night, I felt that I wanted to see you again, and I've been waiting for you.
But it's a bit unexpected, Tokiwa-san. You're beautiful, so when I chose you, I thought you might come with the courtesan's procession.
Oh, you're talking about me being behind the gates before. Well, that was...
Tokiwa-san awkwardly combed up his bangs.
Tokiwa, she's already got you. What, Takeo? Miss, he was about to be kidnapped by a client, so he was stripped of the title of top gentleman. So he's my assistant and is learning everything from the beginning again. Isn't that funny?
Your assistant?
You, can you stop saying such things in front of my client? It's true, though.
Takeo-san then gently nudged Tokiwa's head with his pipe.
Tokiwa is a bit careless sometimes.
Seeing the exchange between them made even Iroha sigh.
You guys...
Misao, right? If this guy does something bad to you, you can always choose me. For a girl like you, I'll go out of my way to teach you all the pleasures of this world in detail. Takeo-san looked at my face in a discerning manner and raised the corner of his mouth.
Takeo, you're the top gentleman, but don't think I won't get mad if you keep it up, you know.
Look at that mangy cur bark away.
Well, enough talk. Hurry back and prepare for tonight.
All right.
Understood.
Moments after Tokiwa and Takeo-san disappeared into the back of the shop, Another gentleman guided me to a hallway that led into a parlor room. Then,
That bastard! He'll get what's coming to him. Later.
Tokiwa-san was crouched down in front of a big parlor room. What was he doing? I parted from the gentleman who led me here and watched Tokiwa from behind a pillar.
I'll do this, and then that will... That's it.
It looked like Tokiwa-san was spreading something like oil on the floor of the parlor room.
Then Takeo will open the door, and he'll be sorry.
Was he trying to trap Takeo-san? Why was he doing something like this? Just then the sliding door opened.
Tokiwa, what the hell are you doing in front of my room? Takeo. I see.
Takeo-san looked down at Tokiwa-san and grinned at him in an unkind manner.
Tokiwa, try to dance on the floor over there a little. Huh? Why would I do such a thing? What's that? Couldn't hear you. As an assistant, orders from the top gentleman are absolute no. If you can't follow my orders, then there must be some reason for that, right? No. I mean, well... Why is the floor so shiny?
Takeo-san grinned and dropped some ashes from his pipe to the floor in front of Tokiwa-san.
Ah, well, wait, that's not good.
Tokiwa-san frantically put out his hands to catch the ashes in the air.
Ow, it's hot. What the hell are you doing? You sacrificed yourself to be my ashtray. What loyalty? What wrong idea are you getting into your head? That's totally wrong.
Tokiwa, are your hands okay? Without a second thought, I ran towards him from behind the pillar.
Huh, Misao? That's pathetic. Your good client is here. What are you doing here? Did you see all that just now?
That's beside the point. You should take care of your hands first. For the moment, I brought the flustered-looking Tokiwa into the room. Are you okay?
This is terrible. You saw me in a bad moment.
While treating his wound, I looked at his bitter face. What he did before, was it okay for me to ask him? The reason why he did that? Tokiwa-san, do you hate Takeo-san?
You're outright asking me a difficult question.
I'm sorry.
Well, since you saw me doing that, I guess I have no choice. I have a history with Takeo.
What do you mean by history?
It's about the woman who kidnapped me. We talked about it before. She was Takeo's client. I don't know what she was thinking, but she fell for me, which is taboo, and got all intense. After that happened, Takeo and I were on bad terms with each other.
I didn't know that.
For me, I was kidnapped with unjustified resentment. And since I caused trouble, they took away my hard-earned title of top gentleman. It was awful.
Was this what Kagero-san meant by the gentlemen who were always breaking taboos?
But I have a dream. I can't remain in this situation.
Really? What's your dream, Tokiwa-san?
Are you curious? Since it's you, I'll tell you about it. My dream is to rise to the top and become the absolute best in Kikuya.
Tokiwa-san's mood suddenly changed, and he spoke proudly with confidence. So, that's your dream, Tokiwa-san. Is that why you did that to Takeo-san? But you got hurt when you said you would fight.
What are you talking about? The red light district is a place where men fiercely compete, you know? Injuries are no problem, as long as it doesn't affect my business. That's our way of life.
But... I gently rubbed Tokiwa's blistered hand.
Misao.
Tokiwa-san softly embraced me, as if he were covering me up.
You're a kind lady. I'm sorry for making you worry. It's getting late, so why don't we finish this conversation and go to bed?
As his skin touched my skin, he whispered gently into my ear.
It really shook me up that you caught me doing something strange like that. In the red light district, we usually don't talk about normal life and dreams. Here, we're supposed to talk about love.
Tokiwa-san. Tokiwa-san's words reminded me that this was the red light district, and before I knew it, my mind had filled up with expectations and anxiety. Would tonight be the night? When we entered the bedroom, Tokiwa-san sat with his legs crossed on the bed.
Come here, Misao.
Tokiwa-san smiled at me gently and bewitchingly, and extended his hand towards me. I'll go ahead and take his hand. It seems kind of natural. I tried to control my trembling fingers and took Tokiwa's hand.
You haven't changed.
Well, of course not. It's only been, one night? Our fingers slowly intertwined. But when Tokiwa-san tried to pull my body in...
Oh.
Are you okay? I kneeled down next to Tokiwa-san and checked his hand that I wrapped up in bandages before.
Well, this sucks. I can't even pleasure you if my hand is like this. Well, I guess it's not all bad.
I was then gently covered by his broad chest. Huh?
I can hug you at least. You came here to see me, so please make me feel you, Misao.
He combed my hair gently like he was touching something fragile, when suddenly he pushed me down onto the bed. Ugh! Our bodies were in close contact. He stared at my eyes, stealing my body's freedom. Tokiwa-san! Tokiwa-san buried his face in my neck and embraced my body again.
You should take it easy and sleep in my arms tonight.
Okay. While unable to look at his face out of embarrassment, I spent that night in Tokiwa-san's arms. Later, I rushed home along the streets that shined under the light of lanterns at night. I didn't understand. Tokiwa-san, who talked to me gently. Tokiwa-san, who, in aiming for the top, tried to bring Takeo-san down. There was no question that I was attracted to his eyes as he talked about his dream. But which of these is his true face? Yoshiwara shined with beautiful lights, blinding people to the dark shadows behind the town. It was still a terrifying place. If his kindness was just the tricks and skills of a gentleman, With feelings of doubt about coming to the red light district, I left the town of Yoshiwara. Chapter 4. Green Eyes, Blonde Hair. A few days later, I went to Yoshiwara behind my mother's back, but I felt scared. But I wanted to see him and ask what he was truly thinking. With these thoughts in mind, I headed to Kikuya. After choosing him, I was brought to the parlor room to wait for him there. Then, after sitting in the room for a while... You! Didn't you? I heard someone arguing outside the room. What was that just now? I tried to listen in and observe what was happening outside.
It's my fault.
Was it Tokiwa-san's voice? I opened the sliding door and went out of the room.
You made eyes at my woman.
Some gentlemen that I didn't know and Tokiwa-san are arguing in the garden.
The rumor that you've been stripped of your title because you slept with someone else's lady was true. Huh, I didn't do anything like make eyes at your woman. Isn't it that you just weren't attractive enough?
Tokiwa-san scornfully stared at the young gentleman with cold eyes. Just try and say that again. The young gentleman grabbed Tokiwa-san by the collar. If this continues, they'll end up fighting. To stop them, stand in front of Tokiwa. Both of you, stop it! I jumped out in front of Tokiwa-san.
Misao? What the hell? Are you his client?
Just when I saw Iroha-san coming this way from the other side of the hallway.
The two of you over there. What's all this about?
Iroha-san noticed them and sharply raised his voice at them.
Ugh, Iroha-san. What are you guys doing in front of a client?
Noticing their unfriendly attitude, Iroha-san walked towards them.
Don't get the wrong idea about this. I didn't do anything. He was... I'm not asking whose fault it is. Just get back to work right now.
Iroha-san directed a sharp look at them and yelled at them in a scolding manner. The young gentleman stared at Tokiwa-san fiercely and then went back inside.
Tokiwa, you too. I was going to do that anyway. You didn't have to tell me.
Tokiwa-san replied in a grumpy tone, and then turned to me with a smile.
Let's go, Misao. You came here to see me, right?
Yes. And then I moved with Tokiwa-san to the room.
You once again caught me in a bad situation.
After we went back to the room, Tokiwa-san let out one large sigh and made a bitter face. Why didn't you tell the truth? He's the one that started the fight by blaming you.
Wait, when did you start listening on our conversation?
Well, I was waiting for you in the room and happened to hear you guys from outside.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry about that. You came here to see me, though. My apologies. I'm sorry to show you such things.
No, it's okay, but why did you fight with them?
Because you listened in from the middle of our argument, didn't you? His client fell in love with me. It was nothing more than a nuisance for me, though. Well, other gentlemen are always holding grudges against me. It's not something to worry about.
Tokiwa-san put on a cool face and sniffed his nose. But isn't that taboo?
Of course, I know it is, but you can't change the feelings of someone in love, can you? It was the same with Takeo's client. If this continues, another rumor will spread.
Tokiwa-san looked genuinely bothered and sat down with one knee straight up. I also sat down and looked into Tokiwa-san's face next to me.
Well, it's just a rumor. If we don't pay it any mind, it'll be all right. But if possible, you're the only person that I don't want to believe it, Misao.
Tokiwa-san then suddenly lowered the pitch of his voice and looked at me with diffidence. I don't care about rumors. I'm okay, I understand. I knew Tokiwa-san wouldn't do such things.
Misao, you believe me?
Of course. It's just a rumor, right?
Yes, I have no intention of taking someone else's woman away from them. When Takeo and I had a problem, I had absolutely no intention of doing that.
Then I won't doubt you.
Thank you. If you believe me, Misao, then I don't care what other people think of me.
Tokiwa-san suddenly hugged me tight. Tokiwa-san!
To be honest, it does feel good to be wanted, but the best thing is to have someone trust me. Even more so because you're innocent, Miss Misao.
As Tokiwa-san continued to hold me gently, I didn't feel his words were lies. But if that's so, then why don't you explain to him properly?
I don't want to, because it would sound like I'm making excuses. Because it's not cool, you know?
Tokiwa-san's face was absolutely serious. But what he was saying sounded like a child.
Why are you laughing?
Sorry, It's just that when you said you don't care about rumors, yet you don't want to be uncool, it's just a little funny to me.
Of course. Even if I reach the top, it's meaningless if I can't see myself as worthy.
Why do you want to reach the top so much?
Do you want to know the reason?
Of course I do. I want to know, can you tell me?
All right, I understand. I'll tell you. This isn't a story that will make you feel too good to hear it, though.
After Tokiwa-san let out a large sigh, he separated from my body and crossed his legs.
I told you I'm of mixed blood, and that I was born on the mainland, right?
Yes.
Misao, you told me that my eyes and hair are beautiful, but...
Tokiwa-san looked away as if it were hard for him to speak.
I actually don't really like these features.
Huh? Why? You said that your green eyes and blonde hair are your selling points.
On this island, yes, but on the mainland, it's a different story.
Tokiwa-san, did you have a hard time on the mainland? He combed his bangs up and started to talk slowly, while looking off into the distance.
On the mainland, people look down on those of mixed blood. More than look down on us. I'd say they hated us. Because of that, I had many bad experiences.
Tokiwa-san.
In the end, I was sold to this island, and became a gentleman of the night. That's my story.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ask you about such a difficult topic.
Hey, stop that. There's no need to make such a depressing face.
Tokiwa-san seemed to care about me, so he said that in a cheery voice.
It's thanks to my blood that you became interested in me and asked me about my things. So I'm really happy about that.
He happily narrowed his eyes that shined beautifully like jade.
Anyway, this appearance that was looked down upon by the mainland is my selling point here. So I'm going to stand at the top of Kikuya with my half-foreigner blood that was looked down on.
Tokiwa-san said that and threw out his chest with confidence.
What do you think? Wouldn't it be cool if I could actually pull that off?
Tokiwa-san. Despite his tough situation, Tokiwa still talked about his dream with a smile on his face. He looked very bright to me. He looked brighter than his beautiful eyes and blonde hair. Yes, it's a wonderful dream.
Right? I thought you'd say that.
But why did you tell me this story? Is there a reason you told me this? Well, I did ask. Is there a reason you told me this?
A reason? If I have to explain the reason, I wanted to tell you. Maybe because you believe me. You're the first person that didn't doubt me, even after hearing the rumors.
My eyes were fixed on Tokiwa-san's smile. Before I thought his face was just beautiful, but now I could see something totally different. Tokiwa-san. All the while the time passed. Tokiwa-san came with me to the entrance of the shop to see me off.
I'm sorry for talking about my miserable story today. Quickly forget about my meaningless past and come here again.
No, I was happy to hear your story today.
You really are a kind girl, Misao.
As he said that in a hushed voice, there was something lonely about Tokiwa's smile.
See you again.
Yes, good night. Tokiwa-san watched me for a long time after I left the shop. I didn't know. I didn't know that the friendly and kind Tokiwa had such a past. And yet, he can still smile like that. Tokiwa-san. Before I knew it, I could no longer contain my growing attraction to him. And as I headed back home along the night road, that few people on it... Ah! Huh? I heard what sounded like a man's scream coming from a back street. Don't investigate it by yourself, Misao. What was that voice just now? It sounds dangerous. I suddenly felt scared and rushed home. And that is our 2 chapters for this video. I hope to see you in my future videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.